In this video, I will explain you how you can do the assertions in Jmeter tests. So here you can see on the left hand side, I've added some assertion elements. So let us see one of them. This one, response text assertion. So you can add this response assertion by just right clicking on this HTTP request and then assertions. Here you can select response assertion and that element will be added. So basically what you can do here is that you can apply this assertion to the main sample only or subsamples. So right now I've selected main sample only, that is the main request. Then field to test, what you want to test, text response or response code, response message or response headers. So I have selected text response and I'm giving this patterns to test software. That means what I'm doing here is I want to check that software this word should be available in the response. It should be response when we get to the response for this request homepage. So homepage should have software word in simple words, and same way we can do the assertions on other fields like response code as well. So whenever you get the response, HTTP code is sent. So if the response is like okay, then response code is 200, so you can test that code here. Response message, response header. So whenever you get the response, there are two things that come with the response, that is headers and body. So if you want to check something in the headers, then you can select this response headers. And here pattern matching rules, you can either select contains, matches, equals, substring, etc. Next thing is response header assertion. So same thing, response assertion I've added, and then instead of this text response here, I'm selecting response headers. So in the header section, I should have this information that I'm testing here. Next thing is I've got this JSR223 assertion. So with JSR223 assertion, what happens is you can select this type of script that you want to write. So you can write in Groovy, Java, JavaScript, JE, Excel, etc. So normally it is recommended to use the Groovy script because it is much faster. So what we are doing is, here you can access the response as well. So you can see here previous.get response data as a string I have written. So that means what I'm doing here is I'm extracting the response for this request, and then I'm logging it in here and getting the response headers as well as I'm printing that headers of that response that I got. And down here I'm printing all the variables that are available in the pairs. So here you can see what kind of variables are available in this script context. So there is a ctx, pairs, props, sample result, which is equivalent to the previous. So we have used this prev object here, and that's how you can get the response. So similarly, you can write your own script here. So any valid Groovy script or Java language code will be valid, and you can do the prints, or you can also set the new variables in this particular script. There is another assertion you can see here, JSON assertion. So with JSON assertion, what happens is that normally it is used with the when you are doing the API testing or hitting the API endpoints. So what we have to do is assert JSON path exists. You can give the JSON path here. Now how to write the JSON path is out of scope of this video, but remember that with JSON path you can check if a particular element is available in the JSON body. And here I am checking that this ID should be 11. So whatever is the response I am getting, in that there should be an ID element and its value should be 11. Then JSR223 assertion, I have added another assertion here. You can see here I am getting the response using this prev object and then checking that JSON.name, that JSON should have name attribute or object, you can say, and then its value should be this one. Then that's it. This is a post processor which I'm gonna explain in the next video, but for the time being we have covered the assertions. That's how we can do the assertions, and if whenever assertions are failed, then they will appear here. You can see this assertion, two assertions have failed here. That's why that request or the sampler is being shown in the red color. Let us rerun it again and then see if it works or not. So homepage request is successful. The second request is also successful. That is homepage, this one. This is the second request and this is the third request. This post request is failing, and that is failing because if you just expand it here, it will tell you why it is failing. So you can see here in the response it has got Sagar, but what we are expecting is Sagar SAL, and that's the reason it is failing. So you can go here and then update these details there. And now if you run this should work. So I'm just gonna clear this. Now run this. You can see the log here as well in the log viewer. If you can't see the log viewer, what you can do is you can click here to open the view panel, or you can from the options you can also click on log viewer, and then that this window will be displayed where you can see the logs. You can also set the log level as well from here. And now if you see post request is successful because the assertion that we did is now correct. So that is how you can do the assertions in Jmeter. If you have more questions related to the assertions, let me know through the comments, and it will be an honor for me to help you guys. Thank you for watching this video.